Subscribe to But's Obsession and the other one, you bastards!
Ultra Magnus is the 44th release from IronFactory. He converts into an IDW-inspired car carrier, includes a Minimus Ambus, and has real FAFO action. The truck is a rolling battle station featuring only enough room to hide his little green twink before being hidden by twin-barrel annihilation cannons. Ultra Magnus is such an interesting character because writers have never known what the hell to do with him, or if he's a truck and the trailer, or just the truck with trailer armor. Most just make him out to be a big hunky cop, but that's really boring. I hate IDW. G1 Magnus worked a lot better as a mentor to Hot Rod, which is so much cooler. I also like when Magnus has a little man in him. God, I wish I had a little man in me. The only part I liked about IDW Magnus is that he had such a problem accepting he was a short king. He paraded around in the Transformers equivalent of platform boots and those rubber abs. Me too, king. For size comparison.
Here they are with Legacy Skids, Legacy Age of the Primes Ultra Magnus, Studio Series Bumblebee, and of course, Machine Wars Hoist.
IronFactory Ultra Magnus, there he is. Hello, hello. We love him. We're gonna put Minimus Ambus over there. Actually, we'll transform him first, because it is super easy. You just want to flip out the tootsies, extend the legs. Like nothing back here tabs in, which I like IronFactory, but that is my least favorite part. You want to just bring out the arms. They just rotate out, lift these up, and then the backpack kind of just like wiggles free, like it's on this double hinge. You can kind of just adjust it to come down, and then rotate him 180 at the waist. And there we go. There is our Minimus Ambus, our tiny little green man. You can put him over there. And if you have the blasters attached, they just tab in right there. You can just undo them. So, transforming Magnus, because he has a lot of stuff going on. There is some really cool things happening with this Magnus. You want to start by untabbing these top sections and flipping them around like so. And then come down here. There's these little clips right there. Just give them a little bit of a flex and they'll pop out. And then from there, we can bring them up on this T-bar, bring that in, and bring it up. Oh, sorry. Clip this in, that little piece right there, and bring them up right there. And then you want to flip this up. I'm going to do it on the other side. Same thing over here. Rotate, let that tab in, bring this down, and fold in that clip. There we can open up this section, these doors. Bring this kind of up. And you want to bring these doors out right here and then rotate them around so that way the legs come up and through. There we go. And then close up these doors. There's some slots and some tabs right there that'll fill those in. And that is essentially the legs right there. You can fold this piece all the way up. It should tab in. There it goes. Ka-thump. All right. The feet. Untab the legs. Bring the feet out on a tilt. Bring the toe up. Grab these sections and rotate them 180. Fold the foot down and flip out the toe. Same thing over here. Fold that up. Bring it out. Rotate 180. Fold out the toe and bring it down. There we go. That's the feet. And I really like how that works. From here, you can kind of like bring these out. He does have some little guffs in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. You're going to kind of, trying to remember how this works. You want to fold these out. You want to crack it kind of, there it goes. So fold these out like so and unfurl the arms and rotate them 180. So unfurl the arms and rotate them 180. And we'll get to this section right here. Right there, there's these two wheels. You want to just rotate these around until they form the chest of Magnus. Make sure these two black sections are up. Get the cab out of the way and rotate the waist 180. And we have effectively the Magnus armor, but we need to get this section into this section. So you're going to fold this part down, and that's going to form a tab that that a chunk in here will plug into. So from here, there's a slider right there, and you want to pop this apart and click it in place on the ends there. Just give it a good little pull. There it goes. And one more. There it goes. And then fold this out, lift up the head, and you can leave these in. There is these 2 tabs right here on the side of the head, and you want to make sure that those go into these slots, that slot right there and that slot right there. You want to make sure that you get that in there. So, and that'll form the torso. You can fold those grill sections in. So just kind of bring the head between, tab one side in, get the other side in. And once that's done, then we can rotate this and start adjusting. So there's also these 2 tabs right here. Those are going to go to this section right there. So want to make sure that you get that in its place as well. Click, and then we can push that tab right there. Bring in the arms, fold these sections down. Then there's some clips on the arms. Just give them a good push, and that'll tab those in. From here, take these, fold those in. One on that shoulder, same side, or different side, same weapon. Fold it up, get them stanced how you want them. Maybe fold out these leg missile pods, straighten them out, and there we have our IronFactory Ultra Magnus.
Robot mode on Magnus is every couple goals. Big blue bear and small green twink. Dr. Seuss relationship type shit. This is apparently based on some crazy armor he had for one issue of IDW, but I'm illiterate, so I only have MRC's word to go on for that. The detail here is insane and is a hyper stylized, near super robot level, which IronFactory is known for. It definitely isn't for everyone. There's tons of greebles that evoke that G1 Magnus design while putting new flair on it. I'm a fan of his big blue ball crushers and brass knuckles personally. His blaster can separate, and it can also combine with the shoulder pieces to become a hammer. Classic Magnus. Minimus is also here, and can have a small chain gun or pilot the larger bot like a poor man's Gurren Lagann. I don't like all the Evangelion-style mecha warning labels. It's not something I typically associate with Transformers. They're not robots, or mecha. They're aliens. Iron-based life. I don't know. Maybe a watch your fingers warning label womb tattoo would go pretty hard, though. For size comparison, here he is with Legacy Cannonball, next to Shattered Glass / Delta Magnus. Here he is with Legacy Toy Prime, Channel Mascot Laserfire, and of course, Machine Wars Hoist. Time to talk articulation. Also, I've loaded more storage into my phone. Finally. We're going to talk about this guy real quick. He has this little ball joint at the head. Really nice head sculpt too, like just really nice. But a very waggly little ball joint neck. Ball joints, oh no, universal joints at the shoulders there. And then a ball inside the torso. So you can get some really good range out of that. Ball jointed elbows, ball joint at the torso for some side to side, arc and crunch. Ball joints at the hips for forward or backwards, and you can move the backpack. Thigh swivel, that far out. Double jointed knees, classic. And then he has a ankle rock and a ball joint at the actual foot. So pretty good articulation on just the accessory figure, which is really, really cool. And for how dinky he is, and compared to how large the new IronFactory first generation Magnus is, like the fact that both of them are able to share the same space and he's able to take up almost the same amount of room by expanding is really, really cool. So we're gonna set him off to the side, bringing in the Magnus himself. Let's bring my lamp over here. So yeah, so we got some really good details going on here. I love that angry face sculpt and the crazy light piping he got going on. So articulation, he has a ball joint, a very, very nice ball joint at the neck. It is super emotive. It can go that far back, can look down. It's really nice, especially for this guy who is gigantic compared to other IronFactory stuff. Then there we get these shoulders, which these shoulders are my favorite part of this figure. So you have your normal out right here, and then you have this joint right there, which allows it to go out even more. You have a joint in here that allows it to come out just a bit more, right? And then you have a butterfly right there. So, and then you also have a rotation. And if you really wanted a more like a butterfly black, you can unclip this. So tons of articulation up here in the shoulder. Oh, and then not only does it go out right there, I think, no, okay, no, that's it. Okay, never mind. So from there, he has a double jointed elbow for a full arm curl. Crazy. And then we get to the wrists, which have this panel right here. You want to flip that up, and then you get your wrist rotation. It's just really tight. And then the wrist can also move in and out. And right here, you get another wrist joint. Like, the arms on this guy, he is so well designed. And this is a figure from 2021. Like, this is such a good Iron Factory. To the torso, he does have a waist swivel, very squeaky, but then he also has a okay ab crunch. Nothing great, nothing fantastic, but it's pretty good. Legs are fun. They go out that far. They go, we got some hip skirts, ratchets going forward, and they go back about that far. They do get stopped by the butt flap. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees. Hang on. Yeah, full curl on the knee there. Down at the foot, he has a little bit back and forth at the ankle. He has a crazy amount of pivot. And then when we get to the toe up just a little bit. This part can move down as well. So if you really want that like crazy toe up, you can use this joint and not just the front joint to get those like nice, smooth walking poses. Especially with a guy as bruisery as this, like, oh my gosh. Some other stuff this guy has, in case you didn't see it, missile pods in the legs. These pieces can fold forward to be missiles there. If you kind of spread these out, you can see the headlights right there to work as like missiles. He has these built-in forearm blasters. He has the knuckle dusters. And then, of course, he comes with his blaster rifle with the big shoulder pods. And these are really cool because they have like a seat right there. And then they have like a scope right there. Oh, it's so dope. And these are meant to recreate his big Magnus missile arm things. But yeah, either way, this guy looks just fantastic.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice figure from Iron Factory. It's up there as one of my favorites. I do love Magnus. I think it's a cool, big bodybuilder, bruiser version of the guy. And for Iron Factory, this guy's massive, clocking in at about Voyager class, and he's heavy too. If I didn't make it clear that this is a big guy compared to other Iron Factory stuff. Is he worth the $90 I paid for him on the TFCon floor? Maybe not. But I do think that if you like Iron Factory and you want a big bulky bruiser of a Magnus, that this is cool. I think even if you have a third-party Legends collection, this is an incredibly cool Magnus, even if I don't love some of the things about him. I'm really excited to see what this guy looks like in those Delta Magnus colors when we finally get that pack, and honestly, that's the one I'm waiting for. With all that said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Patreon and the Discord down in the description below. It's just $1. And with that all said, I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.